Hello everyone. Today we're taking a look at the 1912 Tacoma Speedway Road Course. I've got some pictures here on screen showing you what the track looked like back in the 1912 and 1913 seasons. As you can see, it was a rectangular shaped track, kind of a unique layout on hard packed dirt, kicking up dust, and just a unique, period accurate track that Fourty-Too has put together here. Really a beautiful track in my opinion, and one that I'm excited to show you here in a quick race. As you can see in these photographs, grandstands full of people. They would get around 35,000 people. And take a look at the start-finish line here. You're going to see that in the race. All right, so now we're loaded in, and you can see that right here we have kind of that exact same start-finish area, but we're actually going to be racing. And so I'm driving the 1906 Renault AK Grand Prix car from Historic Sim Studios around this track. And both these tracks are going to be available. Both the car and the track are going to be released on Race Department for free tomorrow, and that is going to be really awesome. And of course, once they've been released, I will put the links down in the video description. And just really want to kind of highlight this track because it's unique. We don't have a lot of pre-World War I tracks out there, and only recently have we started having kind of cars and stuff like that. So this is going to be a great opportunity for those of you who love early historic racing to jump in and experience that, within sim racing. It's one reason why I absolutely love sim racing, is being able to do a lot of this historic racing. Right now I'm going to try to go up the inside here. We're at the Renault, which is a lot faster than a lot of these cars. Passing the Itala 1906 Itala 30/45 and then the 1907 Itala 35/45. And so we're up into 7th here. It's just a 2-lap race around this quite large track. Fourty-Too has also made the 1913 version of this track. We're going to take it easy here. So ease it through these dirt turns is one thing I want to point out. Look at the tires. Super thin, super low grip. It's old white rubber from the actual rubber trees tires. And so you got to take it easy. This car has a band brake, which is operated by the brake pedal. So you'll want to be careful with that, because that does hardly anything to slow the car down. The rear drums are activated by the handbrake. So you'll need to use both the handbrake and the brake pedal when handling these corners, shifting down into second to drop some speed as well. These big, huge engines, 4-cylinder engines. I think this is 12 liter or something like that. Maybe that's a little big for the Renault, but anyways, it's definitely in the upper. I think it was at least 8 liters, and it's one of these cars that you really have to take advantage of its kind of quirks to go quickly. All right, we're coming up here trying to make a move up into 3rd. As you see, we've caught one of the fastest Itala, which is the Itala 1907. Well, here comes the 1906 Itala back on us. That was the one that won the Targa Florio in 1906. This version of the Itala did. So we're going to get in the slipstream here a little bit. This track, I just love the setting in the trees. Beautiful track. And as I was going to mention, Fourty-Too has made both versions of it, the 1912 road course as well as the 1913, which is a shorter version of the track. You got the houses here on the left, just such great detail. You can imagine the people sitting on the porch or standing outside watching the race, and what an exciting thing that'd be. All right, so we've up into 3rd here. This Itala is the 1907 36/45, and it was the fastest of the 3 Italas that Historic Sim Studios has made. And turn 3 here is a lot quicker. It's almost this long gradual turn, so you can almost take it pretty much flat out, a little bit of braking. And we're going to try to catch up here. I expect the locomobiles run off. They're a little faster at this track than the Renault is. There's a couple more Renaults in the race, and there's 2 locomobiles, so I expect that's the leader. I don't know if we'll catch him, but let's see if we can move up into 2nd here. Final turn's a little tricky, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But maybe we can make a pass into turn 4 coming up here. And you see the old-fashioned telephone poles on the left, wooden American style, very common. You'll still see them in some places around the United States. Come down here, you see this crowd of spectators near the track. And there, he's coming back on us. I slowed down a bit early because I thought the turn was coming up sooner, and so then he got back on me. All right. But yeah, the track mesh feels really good. A really nice track mesh. It's bumped there, and there goes number 16. So that is going to be a challenge to stay with the locomobile. It's the famous one that won the Vanderbilt Cup. And of course, back in this era, right, we navigate the fourth turn, which I find to be the trickiest. Back in this era, you know, you'd race cars for many years. It wasn't like you raced 1 or 2 seasons and you'd look for the next version. Back then, if you had a car, you could race it for decades. But totally not unrealistic that cars like this would be in this race. And we're going to be coming up start-finish line. Just look at the crowds. I mean, this is just ridiculous if you think about today, you know, with the amount of people and the safety standards. There is no safety standards. So we're going to come across the line here, complete the first lap. The Locomobile looks like he slowed up a little bit, lost some momentum. We're going to fly past. I'm surprised the Italia's hanging on as well as it is, but the driver's definitely sending it deep into the corners. Got some decent brakes on it. So we'll see. Oh, and the Locomobile I can see. There it goes. I don't know if the Tala can get in the way, slow it down a little bit here, maybe get a chance, get back ahead of it here in turn 2. Be a big thing here if we could pull that off. Got to start slowing down, saying braking, getting down into second. Don't want to send this, and you're going to find out when you try out these tracks in the car yourself, you don't want to just throw this thing into the corner. You'll end up off the outside edge. Be kind of careful, you know. This was these cars were fragile compared to what we have now, especially the tires. I mean, don't know if we can stay with him into turn 3, throw something up, maybe then get in the slipstream and follow, and or excuse me, into turn 2 and then follow into turn 3. But he's just, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, he's gone. So you'll notice a lot of the trees, right? Of course, I love the town and kind of the Tacoma trackside assets, but it includes these tree settings. You're in the forest. It's very, in my opinion, very immersive, and this has been one of my favorite things to do this last week, is just racing around this track with various cars and you know, trying out driving at the Itala, driving the Locomobile, just doing different combinations of kind of these cars I have here. I'm going to have a link down in the description, like I mentioned, these tracks and the car once they come out tomorrow. But then also, if you really want to try out the Renault today, it's already available on Historic Sim Studios website. You can go download and install it now if you'd like, and it'll be the exact same version posted tomorrow in Race Department. And I guess I'll get into a couple features about the Renault. It's got animated feet, animated shifting, animated handbrake. There's animated water in the radiator viewport that you can see there on the left. I hope you can see. And it's really just a highly detailed car. It's got some unique Lua code in terms of if you hit the front end, it causes damage and your engine will overheat, because we're also added water simulation in terms of the radiator heating. If it gets too hot, you'll have a loss of performance up even to an engine failure. There is also just generally the small chance for mechanical engine failures, such as the spark plugs going out, which could then cause some misfiring and some, you know, for a split second loss of power. And then, of course, also if you just damage your engine, you can also, of course, there will be a loss of performance as well through that. So just a lot of features that we've tried to add to make this realistic. The tires also have some code for them in terms of if there's too much tire pressure, they can explode. Also, of course, heat simulation in that as well is as accurate as we can make it. So, and of course, I've done my best with this car for Historic Sim Studios to make sure the physics are accurate. And it's really one of my most enjoyable cars to drive. It's got custom sounds. I think they sound very nice. And those were recorded and crafted. We did a lot of work on those. Actually, it took us a long time. It's one reason why this car took so long to come out. But anyways, back to this track, because I mentioned this car because this track is the perfect complementary pair to this car. Oh, we're going to lose it there for a second. But it's such a perfect match. And I just recommend, I mean, if you're a Historic Sim racing fan, oh my goodness, where did he come from? We're going to have to try to, last second, he sent it up the inside. I didn't realize he was still with us. We're going to have to use our extra power here and try to pull past him here. There we go. But like I was saying, yeah, if you're looks like we got third now. So just a little sketchy there for a second. But like I was saying, if you're a Historic Sim Studio or a Historic Sim Racing fan, of course you're going to download most of the historic stuff. This is obviously a must-have. But even if you're just looking for the highest quality mods for Assetto Corsa, this is one of them. This is excellent, and I hope you can see that from the intro trailer I put together, and also, of course, this race, that this is one that you're definitely going to want to add to your collection. and have a great time. So thanks for stopping by and watching this video, but most of all, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your week.